you're working from home
Yep.
in this office. How has plants either eased that transition, made it more comfortable to be here?
I'm in a 10 by 10 office every single day,
Yeah.
surrounded by plants. Maybe it's the color green, because green is like life. When I'm just looking at my screen at work, there's no green. There's no like. It's usually like monotone, like darker colors and.
Right. The green helps. I didn't even think about like the color is, but yeah, I think the green helps.
It maybe does help that like my plants are just like right next to me, like on my shelf. So like they're like just like 2 feet away, and I just kind of stare over sometimes. I'm like, oh yeah, they're doing good. They're doing good.
I suspect they also make you get up out of your seat. You're probably getting up out of your seat.
Yes.
Way more often during the day with these plants around, right? You're going up, going around, and like checking in and out.
So the good thing is sometimes on my my meetings, I can just kind of keep it on like on my laptop, my audio, just kind of just on the speaker. So I'm still listening, but at the same time, yes, I do get up and I might need to water a little bit here and there just to kind of move around. So that does help me because being in your seat for 8+ hours a day is not good for you.
Do your coworkers know that you have this, or do you do like a green screen, or what do you do?
So good point. So I do video. I'm one of the few that do video like on my meetings at work.
Okay.
But obviously, like my back, here is just is all white.
Wow.
So sometimes I will like turn it around, like for like my coworkers at work and be like, I see green all day long, and like there's a few other plant people that are like at work too.
Okay.
I know like another manager, she's all into succulent. She's made like a succulent wall and everything. So we share pictures back and forth. But I do kind of turn it around and say, oh, check out what I've gotten, or like, oh, plants.
Tell me how you got from 0 to.
Oh, okay, yeah,
this.
sure. Because it was completely like empty. Like when I started like work from home, and at the time I'm not like the best cook or anything, and I was like, oh, I'm just eating ramen packets. My wife's at work, and I'm just here by myself. And I'm like, oh, let me just try to grow my lunch. So I started to actually try to grow lettuce, like growing things. I just wanted to grow something here in my office, like do something with my space. So that I think really kind of changed my perspective, because I'm like, oh, I can grow something, which means I need to like look at plants. I need to look at seed, like it was like lettuce seeds.
Yeah.
So then as you obviously start looking at more things, maybe it's the Facebook algorithms that totally like kind of got me, because you know how like, you search for one thing,
Right.
then it's like suggesting all this stuff. So then probably more plant stuff started to like pop up.
Right.
So I started to get into succulents next.
Okay.
And then I was like, then that algorithm kicked in. It was like more pictures, and you always see like now, oh, there's another cool plant.
Right.
There's another cool plant. And then I saw like a Monstera deliciosa. I'm like, I've never seen a leaf like that in my life.
Right.
And it looks so nice. I want one of those. That was like my first venture. It was a Monstera deliciosa cutting that I got. I named him Marty the Monstera, and he was like my start into tropical plants. Because I'm like, that was so cool. Then I just like kicked into gear.
People are going from 0 to like every plant at Home Depot and Lowe's within like a week, and then like within a month, it's like rare, super rare, hundreds, plants in the hundreds, thousands, of dollars. Yep. You didn't go that route. You sort of went instead of going rarer and rarer, you went experimental.
I just like the process. I like growing from seed.
Yeah.
I like the propagation. I like the experimentation. I had an opportunity to pollinate one of my plants. It didn't work out, but just going through that process, like I had to like be up at night. There's like, because there was a small like window, so I'm at night, I'm just like with my camera, I'm like, are you gonna pollinate? Come pollinate. I'm like talking to it, like, are you gonna work out for me? I like doing time lapses. Just to kind of show like the progression, like how much time does it like take to, like have like a leaf or something.
So I noticed that you have a small YouTube channel.
Yep. Very small. Very small.
What made you like pull the trigger?
I'm enjoying my plants, and I'm just kind of filming that process because I'm just here in my office. Yeah. That second part of me is also, it's improving the way I can see something and explain what I'm doing. because it's that connection of, you know, how your mind, I guess, translate what you're doing.
Yeah. I think it's great. It seems like you're getting a lot of introspection from doing YouTube, as well as sharing, you know, a part of yourself, a part of your life, a part of your curiosity, passion, sure, you know, I'll call it a passion as well, but I think you're sharing all these like really positive things.
I'm probably just like maybe most of your viewers out there, is just I'm at home, or I'm just taking care of my plants at home. Like, there's enough how to take care of plants out there.
Yeah.
So I try not to focus on that too much. I really focus on maybe like series.
Yeah.
Like, how am I doing with my propagations over time? I can show that. Or I could have a series called Props and Cuts, where I just showcase my propagations or cuttings that kind of grow over time. Yeah. Show a previous picture and then how it's kind of, you know, grown in a month. Like, you go, whoa, that's pretty cool. Right. Because
first of all, I like your setup, but I think the other thing I really like is how economical this all has been for you. Mm-hmm. You know, obviously, plant prices and people's finances and COVID and all that stuff. You know, I'm looking at your shelves, seems pretty basic. You have like grow lights, that basic.
Yep, nothing that's like super expensive.
Right, nothing that's super, exactly, nothing that is super expensive. Yeah, and it shows that you can really enjoy this hobby and get a lot out of it without spending tons of money.
Correct.
Right? And that probably makes it easier for any spouse to accept.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I know that there's plants out there that are like, you know, we've seen them on like the marketplace that are like 13,000, 22,000.
Right.
That's just not my wheelhouse, and that's okay.
Right, it's not my wheelhouse either.
Right? I am okay with that.
Yeah.
That's just somebody else.